Hey guys, and welcome to the Leftover Culture Review.
The Leftover Culture Review.
Today I wanted to talk about Mac gaming, and before you get upset, I know I've done it before, but I can't help myself. It keeps coming up. But look, a fun little thought experiment just to kick us off. Just imagine you are like some 35-year-old guy. You're cool, right? You're suave, you're stylish, you're handsome, and you come home from school one day and you want to go do some school projects. So you go over to your mum's computer, but it's different. She's upgraded it during the day while you're at school and you didn't realize. And maybe you didn't really want to do school projects either. Maybe you wanted to sit down, just unwind with a video game or something after school. You've had a really hard day's work. So you sit down in front of this new computer. It's a brand new 27-inch iMac running Mojave. So you turn it on, there's no games. You check the App Store, there's barely any games. You check eBay, gaming is terrible. You can't find any good games for it. So you pull up your mum and you're like, what is this? What happened to the cool computer? And mum's all like, you know, I'm sick of you crashing our Windows computer trying to get games running from 10, 20 years ago. I got rid of it. I don't want your crap on my computer. You're like, Mum, that's not fair. And she's like, yes it is. Go to your games room. You've got a Power Mac G5. You've got an iMac G3 back here. You've got all those machines. You don't need to use my computer to play your video games. So you slam the door, you sit down and you record a YouTube video all about Macintosh gaming. So look, Macintosh gaming's, it's not great. This video should only take about a minute. There's not really that much to say, and I have actually reviewed the Power Mac G5 as well as the iMac G3 back there. And the great thing about reviewing those systems is that you can look back at like 20 years of development for those operating systems and what they could do compatibility wise. You can look back and cherry pick out the best games. But when you're looking at a brand new Mac computer, you don't always feel like you've got that option. You want to look at the new games that are available, but there's not going to be that many there. But while I was looking at games for my Power Mac G5, over on websites like the Macintosh Garden as well as the Mac Repository, I started noticing around 2006 when Apple were moving from their IBM PowerPC processors over into the Intel processors, there was this little period of time where developers were making games for both. They were called like Mac Universal titles. They had both the PowerPC installers as well as the Macintosh or the Intel Mac installers as well. Now, these games actually work on brand new Mac computers. And that part blew me away because there are so many games that I do enjoy from 13 years ago that are still fun to play today. These are games that are accessible. You can download them for free on those websites right now. They are easy to install and they are fun to play. They are not the most recent games, they're not going to blow you away, but a great example would be Age of Empires 3, a game from 2006 which I didn't really get a chance to play much. I played Age of Empires 1 and 2, and I still play Age of Empires 2, but I totally neglected Age of Empires 3. It's a pretty solid game, and it works. It works on a 27-inch iMac. You can play this game from 13 years ago in 5K resolution, and it's fun. And there are more games like that available over on those websites. You can check out games like Prey, Legion Arena, Quake 4, Civilization 4, Ankh, Cult Heretic Kingdoms, Imperial Glory, and Call of Duty 2. I haven't downloaded and tested and played all these games, but they are all games that support that universal Mac installer. So theoretically they should work, depends on your software, depends on your hardware, depends on your setup. I'm not here to troubleshoot your technology problems, and I can't test them all out either because it's my mum's computer, and if she knows that I'm installing games into my work project, school project folder, she will find out and she will cut my allowance and also my internet time. So I can't do it. I can't risk it. It's too great of a risk. But as you've been watching this video, obviously I'm showing a few screenshots from games I've tried, I've tested, and I've enjoyed playing. The Macintosh operating system isn't a great platform for gaming, it never was, and for a lot of people that's the reason to buy a Mac, because they don't focus on that sort of stuff all the focus is on productivity and getting things done and making sure their applications run really smoothly. And that's one reason why I guess my mum went out and bought an iMac instead of another Windows computer for me to do gaming on. But just knowing that you can step back to this time from 2006 when all these games were being developed, and they're all available for free because they're technically considered like, you know, redundant software being developed for the IBM PowerPC, but they are all, like those Intel installers are still included on the disk, so you can play them on your Intel system. They're all available there to download for free, to play, to enjoy, to get some gaming fun out of your Mac computer. So obviously throughout this video, you got to see some screenshots of those games running on my mum's Mac. I can't keep them there, the risk is too great. But if you've got any favorites, leave them in the comments. If there's like, obviously I've missed a couple, I've got like a short list here of some that I've noticed. But if you've got some favorite games just available to download for free over on a new Mac, then please leave them in the comments, because I'd love to just explore more when it comes to Macintosh gaming. And I get the feeling that a lot of it might even happen kind of underground, games that aren't available on the Mac store, games that, you know, it might be easier to overlook because they don't have the big marketing budgets of a AAA title. So leave a comment as always, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you guys next time with some more leftover culture, maybe even a video game review. Wouldn't that be nice? Until then though, cheers, thanks for tuning in.